Welcome to TWI, a destination for your engineering needs. Let's check out the examination process.
TWI welcomes you. May I know the purpose of your visit to our office?
My name is Venkatesh and I'm here today to take my initial CSIP 3.1 Welding Inspector examination.
Kindly wait for the instruction. You will be called when the exam begins.
Thank you for your assistance.
Welcome.
You are in the examination hall. Maintain silence and wait for further instructions from the invigilator. Now is the time. Make sure you are ready for exam before entering the examination hall. Maintain silence and adhere to the instructions given by the invigilator.
Welcome to the TWI examination. I'm John and I will be your invigilator today. Before entering the exam hall, please follow the instructions I give you. Carrying wallets, mobile phones, digital and smart watches, electronic dictionaries or scientific calculators. It's strictly prohibited. No stationary items should be carried inside, including any piece of paper. Kindly switch off your mobiles and keep it safe. Please note, if you expect any emergency call only from your family, kindly put your mobile in silent mode and inform to your invigilator so that he can assist you to attend the call. For your information, the examination can't be passed. TWI will not be responsible for your belongings. In case your mobile rings during the examination, your belongings will be kept away from the examination hall. Place your bags over the designated spot. Make sure you have valid government approved ID cards in hand and display throughout the examination and whenever required. May I have your ID please? Thank you. Please sign the attendance sheet. Hope everyone is doing well today. If you have any health issues such as high blood pressure, hypertension or diabetes, if someone is undergoing any type of medication or undergone major surgery, please let me know before you start the examination. Check your table, chair, lighting, noise level and temperature. All are suitable and comfortable.
In the event of an emergency, utilize the emergency exit to escape from the hall. Here are some key points that you must follow during the examination. Observe the instructions given by the invigilator both prior and during the exam. If you come across any difficulties in facilities, stationaries or with your iPad, kindly inform the invigilator immediately. Kindly switch off your torchlight whenever not required. Maintain silence in the examination hall. It will help other candidates who are still finishing their exam. You are not supposed to carry any examination materials, including rough sheets, outside the examination hall. You should not mark on the samples or examination materials with either a pen or pencil. Violation will lead to termination. Any mode of communication will lead to termination of examination. You are not supposed to note down any of the examination details, including candidate ID, when you leave the exam hall. Access to mobile phones and electronic gadgets during the break is strictly prohibited. Violation will lead to termination. On your desk, you will find an iPad, welding gauge, calculator, and a torchlight, along with required stationery items. Check all the items for their working condition before starting your examination.
Examination sleeve is on your table. Pick up the papers from the sleeve.
The first sheet in the sleeve is a coding sheet that contains all the parts of your exam. In that sheet, check your name and make sure you sit in the correct seat. The next sheet contains examination rules. Read and agree to the terms and conditions of the examination. If you agree, sign the document, or if you have a different opinion, you can have a conversation with the invigilator. At the conclusion, make sure to include your exam date, name, and signature. If this document is not signed, then your exam will be considered invalid. Now, we are in the important stage of understanding the pattern of CSWIP 3.1 exam. Pay attention to become familiar with the exam procedure before starting the examination. Exam questions and versions are assigned on random basis. In addition, the order of questions and answer is different. The options may be jumbled. Be alert while reviewing the answers, as a sensitive touch could alter your input. You can change your answers multiple times, but the final one you have selected will be submitted for evaluation. Take caution when scrolling down, as a sensitive touch could alter your input. It is important to finish the exam within the given time frame. Breaks will be given only after completion of each part of examination. Candidates are required to hand over all the examination materials, including samples, and log out from the part of exam while you go for a break. Note, no breaks will be given in between the part of exam. After completing the first part of examination, start the next part as instructed by the invigilator. The initial exam is Theory Paper 1, Leading. Theory Paper 2, Work Back. The assessment of practical segments is the focus of the third exam. For your information, the order of this examination will be decided by the invigilator during the session. Theory Exam 1, Lead Questions. The duration of this part would be 2 hours, and there are 80 questions. Please note, there is no negative marking on theory exam papers. Here, you can see some samples of multiple choice questions are presented in the leading exam. The question has a list of options available below. Identify the correct option after thoroughly reading the question. To select the option or to change the selected option, that is, in which is filled in yellow color, and choose it directly by clicking on it. Once the option has been selected, go to the navigation button at the bottom of the screen and click the next button to progress to the next question, or choose the question by selecting from the serial number given in the left hand side of the screen. Theory Exam 2, Work Back. This exam consists of 40 questions with 1 hour and 30 minutes. Please note, there is no negative marking on theory exam papers. Theory Exam 2, Work Pack. You will be given a work pack book which covers all technical documents to finish the session. Before starting the exam, make sure to read this book thoroughly. And also, this assigned work pack book will have a dedicated work pack number. Verify the same number with your coding sheet. Workbook consists of technical drawings, 4 number of WPS and 4 number of WQT. Practical segment. Each segment of this examination requires you to answer 3 questions, a total of 24 questions, and the total time is 1 hour 30 minutes. This exam is a significant component of the CSWIP 3.1 certification. You will be given a group of segments that have been tied together with steel rope. The assigned ring will have an identification number. Verify the identification number with your coding sheet before starting the exam. If you have received a different number, inform the invigilator. To take this exam, you should refer to the criteria provided in the work pack. you are required to achieve an overall score of 70% or higher to pass these parts of examination. Keep remembering that this exam alone has a negative mark. Assess the segment to identify the imperfection. If the imperfection is not identified, no negative marking. Negative marks are applicable for wrong identification. Assess the identified imperfection according to Group A and mark accept or reject. Assess the identified imperfection according to Group C and mark accept or reject. Negative marks are applicable for wrong assessment according to Group A and Group C. Hope you have understood the CSIP exam process completely. Now, it's time to log into the session. Take out the coding sheet from the exam sleeve again. Enter the key code as shown on the screen of your iPad. Ensure that you have entered the correct key code of the examination and then click the OK button to move forward. Ensure your name, candidate ID, date of birth, part of examination. If any corrections are needed, please let the invigilator know before starting the exam and then enter the Yes button. Take time to read the information on the screen. Ensure you have read the examination rules, terms and conditions and sign the form. And accept the terms by clicking on the empty box. Click the Continue button to move forward to the next screen. Click Yes to grant access to an application for a secured mode. Now you can see the pop-up box asking for a PIN to enter. Refer to the coding sheet and type the PIN in the empty space provided and click the Enter button. Now you have landed on the instruction slide. Go through the instructions thoroughly. Take note, the Finish Test button is visible in yellow color on the top right side. Answering all the questions in this exam is essential before clicking the Finish Test button. In between the part of examination, if you click Finish button and log out, you will not be able to log in again to the same part of examination. The process bar will display the completion of exam portion. At the conclusion of the session, it is necessary to have 100%, indicating that you have answered all the questions in the examination. Don't forget that this standard is not applicable to segment exam as it has negative marks for every incorrect answer given in the examination. You can use this part of the screen to identify which section of your exam you are taking. Once you have read the instructions on the page, click the Start Test button on the screen. When you click the Start Test button, you will take to the first section. The exam time is displayed in the middle of the screen, so make sure to keep an eye on the remaining time. If a question has a scroll bar, a green pop-up will appear on the screen, so make sure to look for any questions or options at the bottom of the screen. Use the navigation button at the bottom of the screen to proceed to the next questions. Same, you can use it to access the previous questions by clicking the back button or select the question by clicking on the serial number. If you wish to review any questions at the later time, you can mark them as flagged with this button. On the left side column, you will find the total number of questions and the arrow symbol on the question indicating your question number. From this section view, you will have access to all question categories, including attempting, unattempt, and flagged questions. You can use this part of the screen to identify which section of your exam you are taking. Take note of the alphabet series on the segment and confirm from the section perspective given in the top left side of the screen during the segment examination. I am hoping that the interface of the application has been understood by you so far. If you want to end the session after reviewing your answers, simply click on the Finish Test button. The screen will appear after clicking the Finish button. If you haven't looked at your flagged questions, please cancel and do review the flagged questions. After reviewing the question, click the flag button at the bottom of the question to remove the flag. Finally, click the Finish button. Again, a pop-up appears to reconfirm your status. You have reached the final stage of logging out of this part of exam. Keep remembering, once you log out from the exam by clicking the Finish button twice, you will not be able to log in again for the same part of exam. In case the test time is over before you click Finish Test button, you will automatically be diverted to this screen and your answers will be auto-saved. When you see this screen again, it signifies that your exam has been submitted successfully. In the end, the invigilator will review your documents and sign your examination rules sheet. Make sure to hand over all exam documents to the invigilator. And finally, ensure that only your identity proof, spectacles or medicine kit are taken out of the examination hall. Please scan the QR code from the notice outside of the exam hall. Enter the details of the examination and give us your valuable feedback about the examination process, which will assist us in providing enhanced service in the near future. It's our pleasure to join you to light up your journey. Thank you for your presence and cooperation.